So, two teenage Malaysian girls, Aishy and Apshy, are making a difference to the lives of girls all over the world by putting up the Dance Effect concert on the 27th of September at Publica.
Yes, and we have them in the studio on the Lite Breakfast this morning. Morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Wow. Listen to them. How old are you, Aishy?
I'm 16.
And Apshy?
17.
Wow. So you need to come a little bit closer to the mic so we can hear you. Now, this is not the first time the two of you have produced something to help other people, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is our second time.
And have you had the Dance Effect concert before?
No, in 2011 we did 3 flash mobs in Wanutama Pavilion and Bangsa Village 2. Yeah. And we did it to raise awareness for the Girl Effect. And we actually raised about 10,000 ringgit.
Wow.
Yeah, that was just so unexpected. We didn't set out to raise any money, just awareness. And just people heard about the cause and felt that they wanted to donate. And we managed to raise 10,000 ringgit.
That's
10,000 ringgit.
That's amazing, isn't it?
Brilliant.
And it's really nice to hear about teenagers doing something good, because all the bad stories come out in the press, usually what we hear, so it's nice to hear that you're doing some good stories too. It's Good Deed Day today, actually, on Lite FM. We're talking about people doing good deeds, so Mesh and I must also join in and do some good deeds. We shall think about it this week.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about this Dance Effect. Now, what on earth made you two teenagers decide that you could put on this huge show?
Do you want to go?
Okay, I'll go. Well, we've always wanted to do a dance concert, like forever. We are dancers. We've been dancing for 11 years now.
Wow.
And every year we have a dance concert, but we always feel like, we want to do some more. And we've always just been talking about it. And so we thought we have the summer off. We had June, July, and pretty much August all off. So that we're going to do it. It's going to be work, but we're going to do it.
Okay.
And
who helped you?
Well, our dance school, Dance Step Studios, which is the principal is Sherina Hamza, and we told her about our idea. She was one of the first people to know, and then she was like, "Yes, of course, I'll support you. I'll give you costume, I'll give you choreography."
Wow.
So she's been very
She's
supportive.
been so helpful.
And also Friends to Mankind, which is a non-government organization, and they.
How did you choose Friends? That's the thing. You're tying in, right? This show is tying in with Friends to Mankind, and you've actually got the ambassador. We have a Hollywood actress in the studio
I know.
today.
She's in the studio.
She is in the studio, yes. How did you get hooked up with Friends to Mankind?
Because they like to take on small projects and they like to spotlight it. And so when we did our flash mob in 2011, they heard about us and they were like, "Okay, I'm going to help you."
Yeah.
Then when we did it this time,
So they were like, "Yep, we're back on board. We'll help you get sponsors
We'll make this
and
the
media
biggest
and
event."
everything."
Okay, we'll find out more about Friends to Mankind and what they actually do. And plus, we have the founding ambassador, Miss Serinda Swan, in the studio. Apshy and Aishy as well, talking about Dance Effect Concert 2013. When we come back, we're going to find out more about the concert and who they're raising the funds for on Lite FM.
The Lite Breakfast with Yasmin and Mash. Sign up for Maybank Aspire and be at music's biggest night in LA. Visit maybanktoyou.com. We've got two very beautiful teenage Malaysian girls, Aishy and Apshy, who are youth ambassadors to Friends to Mankind, and they are making a difference to the lives of girls all over the world by putting up a Dance Effect concert on the 27th of September at Publica.
That's wonderful. They're 16 and 17, is that right? And this is not the first time that they've done something like this. So Dance Effect is held to raise some funds. What I think is amazing is that they were actually found by this international
Friends to Mankind.
Yeah, Friends to Mankind. And they are helping you out, right?
Yeah.
So before we talk about that, where are the funds going? What are you raising money for?
We're raising funds for 4 charities, really. 50% for the Girl Effect and another 50% for 3 local charities in Malaysia. They are
Fuji School.
Fuji School.
which is for
Fuji
the
School, the
refugee
refugees,
kids.
yes.
And then we have IQ 70 Plus, which is for the mentally disabled kids. And then we have Children's Wish Society of Malaysia, which they grant wishes for the terminally ill children.
Ah, okay.
So we tried to find things which are more for children and that are smaller charities
that
that
are less
particularly get so much
recognized.
attention.
Tell us about Girl Effect then.
So Girl Effect is an organization I found about 2 years ago during a geography project, and they believe that teenage girls have the power to end poverty, and they say that 99.4% of world aid is not given to teenage girls.
Like they say that there is no aid for them right now. There's no attention. There was no data even at one point. They were just trying to give them some attention that they could also be the solution to the problem.
Because there are charities for kids and adults, but there are none for teenage girls.
That's true. I suppose we always think that teenagers sort of like can look after themselves.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So the girl effect, and they believe that they can unleash the girl power and like girl effect, and with that they can cause a ripple effect. Because they say if you invest in a girl, she will take them, like just say you invest and you give her business, like give her a business, and the money she gets back, she will give it
use
to
it for her community, her family. It'll help so many people. Not that giving it to a man won't, but just a woman, a girl would create a bigger impact.
I agree. I totally agree. So this concert is going to be held at the Black Box in Publica, Solaris Dutamas, which is a very nice performance area.
Yes.
And what's actually going to be in the show?
So we're gonna have
The
like
two of you are performing?
yes,
okay.
and we have about 50 dancers
Whoa!
and a wide variety of dances. We have like pop ballet, classical ballet.
We have bought a classical Indian dance by Ramli Ibrahim. His studio is putting that in.
and then we have like hairspray, like 60s dancing, and hula by our
By
and
our
our
dance
teachers are going to be dancing with us.
Yasmin, I've got to say this. I've got goosebumps at the moment because these two young ladies
Could be your girls in a few years.
and they're doing so much at such a
Unbelievable.
young age, and it's amazing. You girls are totally amazing. Must say thank you to your mom who's sitting outside there as well.
Yeah. She brought you up well, right? And I assume that you probably do really well in school as well.
We kind of have no choice. Our mom is like, if you don't do well at school, you know, the biggest threat is no dance class. And we're like, no, we have to do well.
Ah, there you go. Okay, we have the founding ambassador of Friends to Mankind on the Light Breakfast here in the studio with us, and we're going to speak to her after this. Serinda Swan, Hollywood actress on Lite FM.
The Light Breakfast with Yasmin and Mash. Sign up for Maybank, Aspire, and be at music's best night in LA. Visit maybanktoyou.com. And we are still talking to these two beautiful Malaysian girls, Aishy and Apshy, who are actually youth ambassadors to Friends to Mankind, and they are making a difference to the lives of girls all over the world by putting the Dance Effect concert on the 27th of September at Publica. And talking about Friends to Mankind, we've also got Serinda Swan in the studios. She's the founding ambassador to Friends to Mankind.
So you are sitting next to a Hollywood actress this morning, Mesh.
Unbelievable. Strange things happen in this studio every morning. And my Monday is wonderful. She's acted in a movie called Tron, and the series, a brand new series called Graceland that's coming up.
Hopefully we're going to be able to watch that too. So welcome to Lite FM, Serinda.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, Serinda is originally from Canada.
Yes.
Right? I have to ask you about Tron.
Yes.
Okay, what was that like?
Well, it was one of the most amazing experiences, first and foremost, because of the legacy of Tron. I mean, it was the first movie of its kind to come out, so obviously when I got the role, I was really excited. I wasn't quite
Not so exciting.
excited about was the beautiful costumes that took 7.5 hours to put on, and the makeup that was an hour and a half on top of that. So you were about 9 hours in. Makeup included blackout contacts, so you had pinhole vision, and 7.5-inch heels that were sewed into your costume. So about an hour and a half into the wardrobe process, you already have your heels on. So any woman out there that knows, even a solid 5-inch heel, and you're dying after 5 or 6 hours, 21 hours in 7-inch heels, partially blinded, was quite the experience.
Because you always hear about people having these long makeup processes, even like Lord of the Rings and all these sort of epic movies.
Even at home.
I wish mine was at home, but then again, to work with somebody like Jeff Bridges is phenomenal, and just to have your name attached to a movie like that, it was what propelled me to Hollywood very shortly after. So while I can sit here and complain about the costumes, it was really a phenomenal experience, but I was definitely sore and blind.
Did you have to do
tired.
training?
Yeah. We had 3.5 months of training. It was obviously, if you've seen the movie, it's got a lot of choreography in it. So we had to do a lot of movement, and there was 4 girls that had to move at the exact same time. And when you have us like 19 hours in, we're exhausted. We can't eat anything because of our suits. It was just, it was.
Okay, we're not taking that job, right?
Yeah,
Mish?
no.
And we thought doing breakfast was tough.
Yeah, exactly. It was very tough, but at the end of the day, it's what we do and we love it. And getting, for me, I'm like, oh, you guys have to start at 5 a.m. That's so aggressive. That's horrifying. And yet you love it and you want to do it.
Yeah,
so
that's
I mean,
true.
it's a pleasure to do. It was just a very confined, restricting pleasure for a few months.
And you've just, actually, Iron Man must be quite the same as well for Robert Downey Jr. That costume, and I'm sure he goes through the same
I'm
thing.
sure, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you've just finished the first season.
Yep.
Of Graceland.
Yeah, we just we wrapped in March. We were shooting for about 5.5 months then, and then in the U.S. it just finished on September 10th. We had our big season finale, and we found out that it's been picked up in the UK, so that starts, I think, on Friday, and Philippines as well. And so it's great. It's just starting to spread across
It's excellent.
the world. Yeah.
And that's quite phenomenal, isn't it? That something you do in such a short while is seen by people all over the world.
Oh, yeah.
Very amazing. Well, Serinda is the founding ambassador of Friends to Mankind. So just before we take a break, how did you get involved or think of this idea, going to charity with all your time?
It wasn't really a
movies.
choice or anything. I watched a documentary on sex trafficking on CNN about 2 years ago, and it just blew my world apart. And there wasn't a moment where I thought I could live any other way than starting to get involved. It just wasn't something that I was like, oh, I'm fine. I can forget this. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. So I packed a bag and hopped on a plane and went to Malaysia, Thailand, and Cambodia, and sat down in shelters, and that was the start of it. And since then, I've just started to look for other opportunities where I can illuminate issues with my spotlight. So,
Hollywood actress Serinda Swan, who is in Malaysia to be the support for Dance Effect, the concert that's going to take place on the 27th of September. This Friday.
Yeah.
Wow. And we have Malaysian teenagers, Apshy and Aishy, who are behind the entire campaign and project. Unbelievable, but wonderful to hear about, especially on a Monday. And when we come back, we're going to ask Serinda about how she cycled 500 kilometers across Cambodia to raise funds. Yes, that's next on Lite FM.
Light breakfast with Yasmin and Mesh. Sign up for Maybank Aspire and be at music's biggest night in LA. Visit maybank2u.com. And you know what? We are talking to 2 teenage Malaysian girls, very cute girls, Aishy and Apshy, who are making a difference to the lives of girls all over the world by putting up this dance show called Dance Effect concert on the 27th of September at Publica. And they are supported by Friends to Mankind, because they are youth ambassadors to Friends to Mankind. And we've got the founding ambassador to Friends to Mankind, who is Serinda Swan, a Hollywood actor.
Yeah, there you go. So we've already found out that Serinda's doing a lot of charity work, and this is not just the only thing she's doing. Tell us about this cycling 500 kilometers across Cambodia.
well, that was quite another amazing experience. One of the foundations that I originally got involved in was the Somali Mom Foundation, which is specifically for sex trafficking in Southeast Asia. And it's something that I wanted to bring awareness to. I mean, it's the second largest criminal enterprise in the world, and not very many people know that. So we hopped on a bike and we cycled from Phnom Penh up to Siem Reap, which was about 500 kilometers, and raised a lot of money and a lot of awareness. And that was, I mean, it's the girl effect. It's getting out there, it's doing what you love and figuring out a way to tie that in philanthropically. I mean, these girls live for dance, so they figured out a way to now tie that in and raise funds for other girls to be able to do this.
It's great, isn't it? Doing something you love and then finding a way to do something useful with it, or to help other people. So how did Friends to Mankind find Apshy and Aishy?
Well, they're downplaying their flash mob. It was huge. It was everywhere. and we look for people that are tying in what they love into what they do, and that's exactly what they are. They're influencers within their community. They're just beautiful souls, and I think when you look at what they're doing at such a young age, it's so phenomenal. So it was just an easy fit. We obviously wanted to support them straight off the bat, and not only support them, but because of what they do and how they do it, they were perfect fits for ambassadors.
Is it unusual, teenagers doing this sort of thing?
Absolutely, but we're starting to see it more and more, and I think that's what's really important, and that's why we want to honor that within these girls and make sure we support it, so that it's not something that's just kind of celebrated for the moment. It's something that we grow and we cultivate within them and say, what you're doing is phenomenal. You truly are girls affecting other girls. You're girls affecting the world. And in Girl Effects kind of whole idea of what it is ending poverty. These girls are affecting poverty. They're affecting other girls. So they're exactly what we want at Friends to Mankind to highlight.
And how does Friends to Mankind, how is it involved in this concert?
Well, we make sure that we take care of all the back end so that 100% of the proceeds that are donated can go to the charities that they mentioned earlier. So there's no, if you're ever worried about, well, how much actually goes? Well, 100% does. We make sure that we take care of the back ends, whether it's our celebrity skydives or whether it's whatever we're doing, so that we truly are supporting these causes.
So Apshy, right? Are you excited?
Of course.
Okay, what are you and Aishy going to perform together?
Yeah, we actually do have one little ballet duet together, so that's exciting.
Okay, how can people get tickets? Are there any seats left?
I'm not sure if there are seats left, but it's really
It's very busy.
I think we have a few seats left.
few seats
right now
left.
we have about 90,000. So we have about 10,000 to go. We're still working on it, but
You're trying to collect 100,000 ringgit.
Yes.
Crazy!
And they're at
Beautiful.
90,000, which is insane.
Insane! Totally.
This is why we support them. They are forces to be reckoned with. These girls are
Unbelievable. You
phenomenal.
girls are so amazing. What are you going to be when you grow up?
I don't know.
Okay, right. So it's going to be held on the 27th of September, and it's at the Black Box in Publica, yes. And do you have a website or...
Yes,
Facebook
friendstomankind.org
Yes.
or Friends to Mankind on Facebook.
Okay.
So you can
Facebook?
find all the information there.
Wow, sounds fabulous. And are you performing, Serinda?
I'm not. I'm not with these girls. They are such good dancers. I will stand up there in a very pretty dress and announce that they are coming on. I will be that support system. I'm definitely going to be there. I'm going to do whatever they need me to do. But I am more of the vase to their flowers. I'm just there to support.
That's
Right?
wonderful
Yeah.
because Serinda has actually taken some time off to actually come
Exactly.
to Malaysia and do this.
Yeah.
At the moment.
Why wouldn't you look at what they're doing? This is incredible. This is what we need to be harnessing in our youth. They're such amazing inspirations. So of course I'll be here.
And it hasn't been as difficult as you thought. What do you think?
Yeah, no. It
Yeah?
was just difficult at first to get the ball rolling, but once we started, it was really smooth.
Fantastic. Apshy and Aishy, wow, performing and raising funds and producing and the whole idea, thinking of others. Malaysian teenagers thinking of others. Okay. Dance Effect Concert 2013, Friday the 27th of September, starts at 6 o'clock in the evening, so earlier than usual, at the Black Box at Publica Solaris Dutamas. And you can then say hello to our Hollywood actress, Serinda Swan.
Yes, please come by, say hi. I'll be there.
Really amazing. Isn't it nice? Good DJ.
Lovely. Yep, it's lovely. Thank you so much for coming down, guys.
Thanks for
and you
having
guys are really, really lovely.
And if you missed any of this, you can check out our website, www.litefm.com.my. Good D Day on the Light Breakfast.